invited to pull up a chair on Lisa Harper's Back Porch, where faith meets real life. Welcome to Back Porch Theology. Each episode helps you dive deeper into God's Word and discover that the gospel isn't just good news for eternity. It's great news for everyday life, because God is for you, and He's always been restoring our value and drawing us closer to Him. With honest conversations, a few laughs, and guests ranging from close friends to brilliant theologians, Back Porch Theology is thoughtful, meaningful, and never stuffy. So grab some coffee or sweet tea and join Lisa Harper on Back Porch Theology. Subscribe now wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Supercentenarian celebrates her 111th birthday and a life well lived with family and friends. Written by Julie Provost, read by Julie Provost. If you're blessed enough to hit your 100th birthday, you are called a centenarian. If you hit your 110th birthday, you can be called a supercentenarian. And that's just what this woman in Winter Haven, Florida has done. In fact, she just celebrated her 111th birthday with family, friends, and members of the community. Gertrude Williams was born in 1915 when Woodrow Wilson was president. The United States hadn't yet entered World War I, and the world was a very different place. She's lived through so many eras and witnessed many changes over the years. On a day in January, Gertrude celebrated her special day at Vino Healthcare Winter Haven, where she lives. Family, friends, caregivers, community members, and local leaders came together to celebrate with her. Even some of her cousins came down from Connecticut. And to still have her mind, to still be able to talk to you, to tell stories and remember things, and to know who you are and remember you, that's a blessing, cousin Ebony Walker shares about Gertrude. Gertrude worked as a nanny over the years. One of the children she nannied for, Dean King, who is now in his 70s, was also at the party to honor her. For my first year of life, she had been my nanny. So growing up, she was a great mentor and part-time companion, he shares, seeing her as a second mother. As my mother developed Alzheimer's disease, she was there to help, so she's family. The Supercentenarian became a big part of her church into her 100s. She shares that her faith helped her walk again and believes it is her secret to a long life. Trust in God, that's the only one. He made you, she said. Another cousin, Susan Holloway, shares the wisdom that Gertrude has passed on to them. Believe in yourself, be kind, and love everybody. What a wonderful advice for all of us to follow. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you future and hope. Jeremiah 29:11.
Faith shapes how we live, and it should shape how we steward our money too. That's why 316 Financial exists. We're an online bank created to help people align their finances with their faith and their values. At 316 Financial, 10% of our profits are given back to faith-based ministries, supporting work that makes a lasting difference. It's a simple idea. Everyday banking can be a powerful way to live generously, and you don't have to sacrifice quality to bank with purpose. 316 Financial offers modern online banking, no monthly fees, free ATM access nationwide, and competitive interest rates designed to help your money grow responsibly. Whether you're saving for the future, managing everyday expenses, or looking for a bank that reflects what matters most to you, 316 Financial makes it easy to bank with intention. Learn more and open an account today at bank316.com. Banking services are provided by 316 Financial, a division of Primis Bank, member FDIC.
The land of Israel is more than history, it's the key to understanding the Bible today. Join us on the Out of Zion podcast as we connect the Bible, Israel, and your life. Don't wait, that's Out of Zion with Dr. Susan Michael, USA Director for the International Christian Embassy, Jerusalem, your connection to God's heart for Israel. Listen now at oneplace.com or watch the series on lightsource.com.
She found a lost wallet on the subway, not knowing how returning it would change her life. Written by Michaela Gordoni, read by Julie Provost. 4 years ago, a young woman found a wallet on a New York subway. Since returning the lost wallet, she became best friends with its owner, and it was the best reward she could ask for. It was Christmas Day, 2021. I had guests and was showing them around the city for the holidays, said Nia Rowe. Directly in front of me was a leather wallet sitting on the seat. I knew that if I gave it to the cops, there's a high likelihood it would never get to her, or just take a really long time, she says, so she took matters into her own hands. I knew the right thing to do would be to spend a little time trying to find her. It was no sweat off my back and would save her a lot of trouble, she said. So she tracked down the owner, an older woman named Carol, on Facebook and arranged to give it to her. I didn't know why somebody would find a wallet and personally return it to a complete stranger. I was amazed that she did that, Carol said. I thought, wow, what a good person. I'm so grateful that she returned my wallet, number one. And then she was interesting to me, Carol said. I said, if you're ever in the neighborhood, stop by. Nina kept in touch and then developed a connection. After our initial interaction, I could tell how warm and lovely she is, Nina said. I don't think I expected for us to become as close as we did, and I'm so glad we did. Nina shared a viral video of the time they spent together at Carol's lake house, sharing home-cooked meals, laughter, and fun. She was a really pleasant surprise, Carol said of Nina. She invited my friend and I, showed us all around the area, and we watched movies and ate ice cream, Nina said, of spending time with her at the lake house. It was a really sweet few days. The pair understands how their relationship resonates with people and the shared longing for human connection. People who go to the lengths of generosity that Nina employed don't always get much thanks in their efforts. But Nina and Carol were blessed abundantly through Nina's actions. What a wonderful continuation of an amazing story.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
Hi, friend. Are you stressed? Maybe even worried about so many needs around you that you've forgotten you are worth taking care of too? Well, I'm Bonnie Gray, the host of Breathe, the Stress Less podcast. I want to invite you to join me as I share practical tips based on science, inspired by God's Word, to help you spark joy and restore God's peace and love to your soul. Subscribe now and go to lifeaudio.com.